guests who got brands talking. Brandlive.co.za.
Good morning, everyone. We are back, and you have tuned in with the WITEE Chatterbots show, Women in Tech Empowering Everyone, and we are coming live from 27 Boxes in the Bohemian city of Melville. I'm Carmen Murray, tech visionary and futurist, and joined by my double trouble, Jessica McIndoe. Good morning, social media
everyone, and good morning, Carmen.
So, Tommy, how's the Christmas shopping going?
I'm done. I'm wrapped. It's under the tree.
She's good. Listen, I'm waiting for payday.
Oh, I know. I started in February. I'm that bad. But now I also found some that were supposed to be for last Christmas. So they're getting them this Christmas.
Oh, yeah. You see, repurposing your gifts, are you?
Last year's presents were that good.
Oh, my God. So she's all about repurposing content. Mm-hmm. So she's obviously doing it with her gifts as well.
Recycle,
just know that.
And you know, one that you really don't want, you can like gift it on. Like, look, I found this amazing thing for you.
Well, Christmas for me is my favorite time of the year, so I'm super excited. But listen, we have such an extraordinary woman with us in the house today. Chule. Good morning. Chules, how are you?
I'm excited. I'm good. I'm a little bit sleepy because I didn't sleep because 2-year-olds were vomiting. But yay! Fine. They'll be fine.
No repurposing there. Anyway, today we are joined by an awesome young lady I met through a mutual client, and she's a firecracker. Chule is a conceptual artist, blogger, filmmaker, and business owner. After film school, she moved to Italy, listen to this, Florence, to do her honors in studio art. She now owns Brainbow Conscious Creatives, a boutique Africa creative story agency. There's one thing that really sets this girl apart, and it's how she starts movements and very involved making SA a better place. And that's why I love her so much. You help women from victim to power, help them embrace their African femininity, creative intuition, and Ubuntuism is a verb in everything you do.
What's that?
100%. 100%.
So welcome, Jules. So lovely to have you here with us.
Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, that intro. Like, who are they talking about?
You're awake now.
Yeah, now I'm awake. Okay.
So Jules is one of those people, like you could have one of those days and you're just like, oh, I need energy. You just call Jules and you go, boom, recharge, done. Anyway, so maybe for our audience, tell us a little bit about you, your upbringing, and what inspired Chule to be who you are today. Where did it all begin for you?
Oh, God.
Tell us your story.
So my story starts in a small town in Eastern Cape called Mthatha. Grew up a lot with my grandmother on her farm, Etokhane. While my mom was taking over the world. My mom is Gobodo, the first black female chartered accountant in the country.
Wow.
Wow. Go, Mom.
Yeah, no, some big ovaries there. So, she had to raise 3 kids by herself and also grow a business, So she took her little accounting firm from a little office with her and a secretary in Mthatha, and it became Sizanzaluba Gobodo, which is like the biggest African
sure,
amazing,
auditing firm in the world, actually. Yeah.
Wow. What? Wait, so you weren't joking when you said taking over the world?
Yeah. No. It's part of the big 5. So we moved to Johannesburg.
Not KPMG, eh? Okay.
I know.
Just like, okay.
No. Actually, they tried to, when she was young, like 23, they tried to make her a partner. Yeah. And she was like, I have my own dream. I mean, at that time, that was a big deal for KPMG to offer you, especially at the climate of the country, to say, hey, we trust you enough to get you in. And she went, nope. I'm going to start my little thing in my little corner and see where it goes.
Incredible. Yeah. You must bring her to the show.
Definitely. Oh my gosh.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be amazing.
She's doing such amazing stuff right now. She actually left Gobodo. She's like, I want to develop leaders. That's my passion. That's her passion.
Love it.
So now she started Kululeko Leadership Consulting, where she literally loves leaders to help. So yeah,
Oh, no, we
she's-
must definitely
She's
chat.
amazing. You definitely want her on board. Moved to Joburg in 1996. Yeah. And went to school, was fun, was exposed to art, was really lucky in the sense that my school had a very strong affiliation with art and developing that part. And also was lucky that my mom, even though she was an accountant, understood that you have your own purpose. So go out and do that. Went to film school after matric. Craziness. Met the loves of my life there, my current business partners, and what drew us to each other was our common curiosity with spirituality. You know, at film school you have two choices: it's drugs or spirituality. Those are your choices. So we were the prayer girls who would have like prayer group at second break, and we were the weirdos.
Take me to church.
Yeah, I know, we were like bringing church to after, but we had to. You know, it wasn't easy. You know, especially with parents trying to scrounge to put together that money to get you to film school. So we had to do a lot of praying. There was a lot of times where your access card didn't work and you had to sneak into school through someone's boot. Yeah, lots of sneaking in through boots. That's how we
Oh my God.
we got through varsity. But yeah, we always knew that we wanted to start a business because we understood that we couldn't impose our need to spread love, hope, and healing on an employer, and that was a burden given to us. And so we went and worked, SABC, production companies, did the whole thing. Then, funny enough, all of us split up. I went to Florence, Mukundi went to South Korea, Kutlano went to Shanghai to like find ourselves and just immerse ourselves in another culture.
Awesome.
And while Mukundi was in South Korea, she came across this timed competition called the 48-Hour Film Project. She was feeling like, because she was teaching English, she's like, my film skills are like evaporating. I need something. So she did you have to make a film from script to screen in 48 hours.
Sure.
No pressure there.
None whatsoever.
Well, we just run away.
So she did it with her teacher team and had a great time. Realized that out of the hundreds of cities that participate, not one African country was a part of that.
Oh, wow.
So she applied for the license and we got it. The crazy people gave it to us. We're like, okay, what do we do now? So then we hosted the first African leg of the 48-Hour Film Project here in Joburg in 2010. Amazing experience. Was able to host it in Joburg, Cape Town, Gaborone, and Durban.
Wow, Jules.
Learned a lot. Learned a heck of a lot because we were just filmmakers. We weren't business people.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is that 48 gives you like an operating model to work with.
Okay,
So, and also
And the structure's already placed there, so it's easy for you just
someone
to go
else
with
has
the
already
program,
made all
with
the
blueprint.
mistakes.
Yeah.
But it was tough being on the other side because you're a filmmaker and filmmakers are, I love you guys, but very temperamental, sensitive human beings. And we actually saw firsthand how South Africans have a really low self-esteem. And so are very brittle ego-wise. Don't believe that, what you do is really amazing. And the films that came out of South Africa really did well. They went to the Cannes Film Festival. They always were in the top 10 globally.
Sure.
So for us, we loved seeing people grow throughout the years.
Yeah.
And it developed our passion to create platforms for people to grow. But then we were still filmmakers at the end of the day. And we're like, okay, we want to go back to creating content. Decided to work on Bremo Productions, but weren't really fitting in the production space. We were just technical support. We couldn't be creative and really give the value that we had. And we got this amazing opportunity to do a music video for the South African Council of Churches campaign, the South Africa We Pray For.
Yeah.
really amazing opportunity. I don't know why they trusted us with so much money, but they did. They had faith in us.
Oh, awesome.
Really were able to create this story around what happens if you focus or put your faith in fear. And so we built this post-apocalyptic South Africa. Managed to take that.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Craziness. That's my sister actually who's singing.
Oh, you see it.
Yeah.
Jeez,
My
like, you
sister.
can't believe it's from here.
So we're like, let's enter it into the International Christian Film Festival in Florida. Got the opportunity to actually go, and we won. We were the first African producers to win, and it was so amazing.
It's amazing.
Got back to South Africa and had 3 months straight of no business. Like, not even 2 rand, like nothing came through.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we say for us, that was God's grace. That was a loving moment, because we were like, okay, guys, the thing that we were scared of has now happened. What are we going to do? Let's rather build a brand that we actually really are proud of and we really care about. And we can say, this is spirituality. This is our ministry, and not pretend to be something we're not. Try to be businessy, because we're not businessy. So then we built Rainbow Conscious Creators. And then then we met. Carmen and I met in a boardroom at Procter and Gamble.
Yes.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, and it was like, once again, instant connection. And quite fascinating. But, I just wanted to say, so with regards to these achievements that you've had, with all of these awards and so forth, like, how did that make you feel?
It felt good. First of all, thank you, Mobitainment. Again, we're so supported by the universe. We're so loved by the universe, because really, Mobitainment didn't have to take us along on the journey when they were applying for those awards. They really didn't have to. But they just put their Mobitainment and Rainbow Conscious Creatives. And so for us, I'm not going to cry, but for us, we felt so loved by our sisters. We just,
Oh, sure, man, that's very sweet of
it was
you.
just
But
pure
you
love.
did play a very important role in
No,
that.
it's awesome. I mean, so you've done like a load. I mean, being a young woman growing up during a time of division and at an unfair advantage. Like, I know Carms is really proud. I'm proud as well at the amazing achievements that you have achieved in your life. How did you overcome these obstacles and still achieve what you achieved?
So first of all, I would credit my mother. I'm very fortunate to have a mom who, even though, yes, we grew up in a Christian home, my grandfather was a priest, my great-grandfather was a priest, so, we grew up in the church, but my mom always instilled in us the need to be spiritually curious and find out what other people are doing. And so because of that, and she'd give me books and send me to seminars and all these amazing things, we were able to, when you're on that path, then the universe just puts, God just puts all the tools that you need at your hand. So me and my business partners, and this is the thing that is such a blessing, is that because we're all spiritual, you can bounce off those ideas to say, hey, I'm feeling this type of way. And for us to be able to go, let's explore that. Let's go in deeper. So we found ourselves in Mugundi's car, and I don't know who had even given her this CD by Marianne Williamson, which was a radio recording of her Miracle Thought series. And the first line she says is, forgiveness offers everything you want.
Yeah.
And we're like, what on earth is this hoochie talking about? Heck no, because that nigga did this, that person did this to me, and what does she mean I have to forgive? I don't want to forgive. And then we made the mistake of buying the book, A Return to Love, and that just opened up our spiritual journey to just see the innocence, in people, and to know that people are responding to wounds. They're not... People aren't made mean. People are made out of pure love. And so whatever you're experiencing, you first of all have to look at yourself and say, why am I experiencing this person like this? And that enabled us, even in our business, to translate that. Like, okay, why are 4 out of 5 clients not paying on time?
Yeah.
What is it about me that is making them feel like that's an okay thing to do? Why is it that we're not getting the kind of creative work that we want to sink our teeth in? Okay, it's because actually I don't think that I have enough value to give, so I'm not putting myself out there. Oh, okay. So for me, I think because I've had the spiritual part be a big part of my journey in business, that's what's enabled us to really achieve and open up. We call our business the biggest masterclass.
That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. Time is against us.
Oh, sorry.
Again.
I'm a talker.
No, that we love that. Keep it going. So we're just going for a quick break, but stay with us and join the conversation on hashtag WITEE, WITEE.
Making a bold statement yet blending into the surrounding suburbs of Melville, 27 Boxes is a realization of edgy design and practical implementation. A radical departure from the shopping malls of our generation, yet not a return to the high streets of our youth. 27 Boxes showcases the best of a shopping centre set in a garden, surrounded by the bohemian suburb that is Melville. 27 Boxes, shop, play, eat. You're listening to brandlive.co.za.
Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the hashtag WITEE Chatterbots. We're joined by Chule. I've been trying to practice the click.
Chule.
Chule. Oh, I did practice beforehand. I'm very, very bad with the click.
Well, we can give you the full
clip
name. So
song.
it's Chule Gobodo, isn't
Gobodo.
it? Gobodo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I need lessons. I need lessons.
I know. And I mean, we've been learning lovely insights and everything, and it's really inspirational about all your achievements that you've achieved and like, the real support from your business partners and your mom. You always talk about your purpose to move women out of a state of victim to victory. What do you mean by that, and what does it actually mean to you?
All right. So when we, had that time to reflect, we realized that one of our biggest stumbling blocks at Rainbow is that we saw ourselves as victims to the economy, to the space we chose, to our business. And the thing about victimhood is that it's very nice. It tastes so good because then you don't have to do anything. It's so-and-so's fault. It's that client's fault.
Yeah.
It's Zuma's fault. It's everybody else's fault but my own. And so when we realized how disempowering victimhood is, we lost taste for it. And realized that as much as we had created whatever situation we were facing, we could also create something new. And that's the moving from victim to victory, is that once you realize that, oh, actually, I'm letting this situation victimize me instead of taking charge and taking control and really giving my talents to the situation to move myself from a place of victim to victory. So, and we saw it translate even in our relationships, where you saw yourself as a victim, even especially with other women. Me and my mom always had this very tough relationship because I always felt like there's these big shoes to fill, and so I rather shied away and was very afraid of success.
That's quite
Look at
interesting.
you now.
That's an interesting thought.
You grabbed that piece.
And I until I realized that I am robbing the world of all the things that have been entrusted with me, and that's not fair. And so I had to snap out of that victimhood of like, oh, I was raised by a single mom who was never home, building an empire, blah, 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 to go, this is my mentor. This is such a great opportunity to learn from this soul that was, connected to me. So that's our...
That's deep. Very deep, Jules.
I got one of those talks from my dad actually when I was younger, because you do go through that whole I'm a victim, and he sat me down and he said to me, Jessica, he said, it's internal versus external locus of control. You have to control yourself. When you can't control the outside world, but you can control yourself and your mindset.
Sounds like my husband. He always says that to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When I go crazy.
But it's true, because then we saw it translate in a better brand, a better business, better ideas, you know, better relationships with our clients. So it's true. Once we fixed, in fact, it's why we started the economy of women, is to go, you know, women need a space to fail. They need a space to know that nothing can tarnish who they are. So they have the space to play and fail and experiment. And so our mantra at the economy of women is, how are you going to win when you ain't right within?
Wow.
First, get the internal economy right, and then the external economy will respond to you.
Oh, I love that.
Awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, tell us a bit more about the woman economy project that you're working on.
So we decided, because we wanted to really position ourselves as the trusted voice of African women, where brands can come to a safe place and know that they'll be really taken care of. We decided, okay, let's actually build a space for these voices to be nourished and loved and live. And then we decided on the economy of women, because we realized that if your economy inside is depleted and your cup is not full, then it affects everything on the outside. And so we're like, okay, let's build a digital personal growth platform for women, by women, where we can build and feminize the economy together, you know. And as much as we're working on our emotional currency, the long-term goal is to literally close a 28 trillion gap. Yeah. So
You also taking over the world.
So we read a report that said if women were in 50% leadership positions worldwide, that the global economy would stand to make $28 trillion more than it does.
Yeah.
Because women replenish an economy with their spending. Give us more
Although
money.
with the biggest spender ever.
You like to spend. I've been buying Christmas presents since Feb.
Listen, I get you, but I don't as well. I'm like, give me the credit card, baby.
Oh my gosh.
no.
So we one of the biggest reasons cited for this deficit is that women don't have the confidence or don't see their value in stepping up onto, you know, to the table.
Yeah.
And so we decided, okay, let's fix the confidence problem with the economy of women, and then also create a space where we can build 28,000 billionaires. That's our goal, is to build 28,000.
I want to be a billionaire.
I want to be one of those.
But don't forget your friends, by the way.
Yeah, no,
Get there.
it's womb to womb, ladies. It's 28,000 women-owned businesses. That's our goal. If we
Awesome.
can do that, then we have officially feminized the
I think it's an
economy.
incredible project to be involved in. I was actually watching Glamour Women of the Year. They were interviewing Reese Witherspoon, and they were talking about, she was saying, you know, how can a world that's predominantly represented by men equally represent and have our rights preserved in these environments? Like, if you make decisions and you don't have people to represent it, like yesterday Australia, this week they announced that it's legal to get married.
Oh, yeah.
And this gay couple actually in Parliament, he asked if his partner would marry him in Parliament after made the announcement and proposed. And I was like, that's exactly it, because they were in a situation where they could represent their people's, their lifestyles and so forth. So I think it's very important that, you know, it's not just about women, but it's about so many of us. I think we need to get together and represent our people and people similar to us and our rights. You know, I think it's very important. So I'm totally in for this women economy project.
I just want to be a billionaire. I'm like, yes,
Isn't there a
please.
song like, oh, yeah.
I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad.
A very important question that I would like to ask for our audience. So if you can imagine, because we've got quite a few listeners, if you had to imagine you're now live talking to a stadium full of women, what is the 5 lessons that you will give these women to take forward in making a successful career, but also being authoritative, assertive, but also be respected in the business world?
The first one always is work on your internal economy. That is the number one thing, because everything you do is infused with the energy with which you do it. And so if your energy is one of lack of self-confidence, of self-love, of self-nourishment, then it will filter into everything that you do. So first, recognize the incredible being that you are, that the reason why you were put on this planet is to do something incredible that no one else could do. No one else can do what you are here to do. And I know people say that, but literally no one makes a product for no reason. Everything that is made has a purpose. So you were made for a purpose. Now believe it, so that it actually literally translates into everything you do, whether it's in building a business or whatever you're doing. Number two, take risks. Take risks. Take those ovaries of yours.
Oh my God.
And take those risks, because that's how, as human beings, we will evolve, is by the risks you take to innovate and push and to go, this doesn't make me feel good, I'm going to change it. Number three, don't hide. Do not hide. Just from an ancient point of view, women used to wear bright colors so that lions don't snatch them and they die. So when you hide in any way, it's life or death. It's literally life or death. So ladies, please stop hiding.
Yeah.
I don't know where I am. I mean,
3.
Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. At Rainbow, and I even have a song called "Fill Up Your Cup," like recorded with a music video.
Oh my gosh.
Called
Hit the charts.
Called "Fill Up Your Cup," because one thing we realized is that what's in the cup is for you. What's out of the cup is for everyone else. But so often as women, we make people thieves by giving them things that don't belong to them, that belong to you first. So take care of yourself. Nourish yourself. It's so important. And number 5, play. Play. There's so much power spiritually in playing at your work. You're not here, there's no way God put you here on earth to just work. And no, there's no way he would extend himself in that way or herself in that way.
And it's to create.
Yes, love, create, play, laugh, enjoy, take a big, fat, juicy bite out of life. It's here for you.
Oh, love it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to write them all down in my mirror every morning. I'm going to read that.
So you have to share that song with us.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm going to put take a big, fat, juicy bite.
No, well, you're going to do that?
Yes, no, I'll send you the link. I should have actually sent you the link so that you play it.
Awesome.
Okay, right. We have a tradition where we play a 1-minute game. And then you have to go through the answers as quickly as possible. So no long conversations.
No,
We've had our first record. We've had our first 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we did. Like 2 weeks back.
That was Nestle. Yes, man. May. It was May, wasn't it?
No,
yeah, so
she got 10 out of 10. She beat me.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we're going to start now. The ticker starts 1 minute. You answer, you ask. Okay, Jess.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. What quirky habit do you have?
Oh gosh, food. I like cooking.
What's your biggest fear?
Failing.
What would your dream date be like?
To go to another country without knowing, like private jet, not knowing.
Oh, weirdest deal breaker.
Weirdest deal breaker. Bedding smelled like wool.
If you could jump in a pool of something, what would it be?
Luxury. I don't know what it would be, but luxury.
What's the weirdest nickname you've ever had?
Rabbit. Because of my 2 front teeth.
Where is one place you feel most like yourself?
On my couch.
What's on your bucket list?
To jump off the estate building in New York.
5.
If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
A butterfly.
Okay, what's the
Okay, cool.
We nearly got
you
to 10.
did
9 out of
well.
10.
9
well
out
done.
of 10. Okay.
That was amazing. Chule, I just want to say you are such a beautiful soul, beautiful person, and I'm so privileged that you actually came in today I know you've got a very busy schedule, but that you, and you have a
it's
sick
been
baby.
so much fun.
You are such. I want to have you back.
Power
Hey, Jess?
woman. I agree.
We're gonna
Yes.
have Chule's back.
Because
Yeah.
it sounded like there was more than 5 things you can do in business. I like the first 5.
Anyway, so if I just want to close off and say, you guys must have a wonderful week out there. Be safe on the roads. It's quite rainy today. And just take care of yourself. Play a little bit more.
Yes, and become a billionaire.
Yes. Don't forget.
I'm Carmen Murray.
And I'm Jessica McIndoe, and join us next week.
Signing out.
You're listening to brandlive.co.za. Live from 27 boxes in the heart of Melville. This is brandlive.co.za. brandlive.co.za.
Of the rising sun.